This is episode number 54 of Thursday Ketchup, where we discuss our week in shows, games, and whatever else we have going on. I'm Andrew.
Joel.
No guest this week, just us.
How can it be 54?
It is, isn't it?
There should have been like a whole big to-do about 52 or something. Right?
We did something. There was a best of episode.
I don't remember hearing it.
Yeah. A lot of people didn't hear that one. So we're just going to pretend like that doesn't exist. We're taking extra precautions, double recording, actually checking to make sure voices can be heard. So yeah, we made it to 54 at least. No guests this week. Everybody else, I believe, was too afraid after Halloween.
Afraid of what?
Just afraid.
Just scared. It just got scared on Halloween and haven't stopped being scared.
Just a general fear, I suppose.
Alright.
Nothing in particular. Instead, I've got some fun stuff for us to do. Every other show does, like, news, so I thought we would attempt to do some news and see what happens. So I got show news, I got game news.
It's like on Always Sunny when they tried to make the news.
Something like that.
I don't have any kittens.
It's too bad.
I'm not using my cat for this.
Makes everything better. Did you see the cat video I had sent you and Matt?
What was it?
Asking if either of you had lost your cat the previous night.
No, I don't think so.
There was a cat that looked exactly like the one you and him both have.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Running around on the football field.
Vaguely seeing that, yeah.
I thought that was comical.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Right. Let's get into something super funny. This is TV show and movie news. So one of the things I saw is that they're going to be making a Lord of the Rings TV show on Amazon.
Really?
Have you heard anything about this?
No.
I didn't see too much. I wonder if they're going to try and make it kind of like a PG version of Game of Thrones.
But it's based on Lord of the Rings?
That was my understanding.
So it's like a Lord of the... Is it like... So it's going to like cover stuff that the shows did?
So I was trying to figure out. This is kind of more of a Ben question because he actually read all the books and crap. But I'm pretty sure they've done movies of all the books that there are. I don't think it goes past...
Yeah, it was just The Hobbit and then those three, right? I'm sure there's like other stuff though.
I know they talk about how like things happen in the Shire, and that isn't really the end of the story. It continues from there, and like a lot of stuff happens. So maybe it'll be all the stuff from that part.
Weird.
But yeah, I think they're just trying to cash in on that Game of Thrones TV audience.
Is this pre or post Shadow of Mordor? That's where the real canon is.
I'm not sure. When I said I looked up news, I meant I looked at headlines and then wrote them down and then assumed a lot about them. So we're going to do a lot of assuming.
Okay. Well, I assume it's rated R and it's lots of boobs.
It is on Amazon. Is Amazon... I don't believe
I don't
I
know.
watch any shows that are on Amazon.
I don't think so. I don't think I do either. Was Sneaky Pete an Amazon thing?
I think it was.
I watched that.
Or was that HBO?
It
That might have been HBO.
Pretty sure it was Amazon.
Let's see here. Amazon shows. Give me 70 minutes for my internet to work. Amazon shows.
What are you looking up? Amazon. It was on Amazon, the thing I watched. Sneaky Pete.
And was it R-rated?
Pretty sure it was definitely language. There's naughty words in there.
See, they do air Game of Thrones on there.
On what?
Amazon. TV programs, Amazon.com, and Game of Thrones is on there.
Yeah, it's not.
So,
They don't produce it though.
yeah, and yeah, that is Sneaky Pete 2015. So, I imagine they can do whatever rating they want since they're not on TV. It doesn't appear that they stick to
Yeah, I don't think they do.
family friendly entertainment.
No, they don't.
Sound like something you would check out or a pass?
I would need to know more about it.
Well, it's.
I don't really care that much about Lord of the Rings stuff in general, but
Yeah,
I
I
don't
thought
know.
the movies were okay.
If it's good, I'd watch it. I actually tried to go back and watch. Well, I was gonna watch all of them, but I got like half an hour into the first one, and then I started doing something else.
Yeah, it's. They really draw out that story and don't
Yeah.
explain it very well. You're supposed to assume a lot of things are known by the person watching it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I might check it out if there's any good reviews. It could be worth an episode or two to see. Anyway.
Sure. Yeah.
Also, this week, announced the second season of The Orville, which I know you watch, or have watched some of at least.
I only seen like 3 episodes.
This does not appear to be a good show based on the commercials that I've seen.
I liked what I saw for the most part. Like it, I would have kept watching it if it was easy, but it became more difficult, so I stopped doing it.
It's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah, if it was like, I don't know, if it was on the internet, I would watch it.
All the commercials for it look so boring. I'm not sure if you've seen any of the commercials for like the previews of the episodes, but it's just them kind of on a spaceship with a narrator going, they have to go to this planet that nobody goes to, and then there's just some boring acting of them talking. There's not really much going on, it seems.
I don't know. I like the show. It was like I don't know. I talked about it in the past on here.
Is it
So
supposed to be funny?
yeah, it has moments.
From
It's
what
not
I've
like
seen, there's like no actual jokes. It looks like Star Trek basically.
I mean, it's like, did you see? Yeah, it's basically Star Trek with some like campy kind of humor in there, but it does like the Star Trek. I've already it does the Star Trek thing of like making like social points, like or like asking social questions.
I see. Yeah, I was never into Star Trek either. I don't think I've seen more than like one episode of any of the TV series.
I've seen all of the original series and some of Next Generation.
It just seems like a lot of hanging out talking.
Yeah,
I need some like aliens blowing crap up.
I mean that happens too.
Not
Just
nearly enough.
not all that often.
Yeah. One of
Although the new Star Trek is like pretty action heavy.
Yeah, I've heard people are not so into that one.
I like it for the most part. I haven't seen. That's another thing I haven't seen recently.
It's on
I've
some
been
weird
busy.
thing, isn't it? It's like CBS's mobile
Yeah,
site or something.
it's like CBS's streaming service
Yeah,
that they want people to pay for.
good luck with that. I've heard
Yeah,
it also has ads that play.
that's it. That
Yeah.
sucks.
Saw some people complaining about that.
Yeah.
Looked up some movie news, but like all movie news is about either Thor or Justice League. Did you see Thor yet?
Yeah.
Do you plan on? Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Is
I
it?
saw it on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, yesterday. I don't know. I
It's
saw it
viewing
yesterday.
Sunday.
Yeah, I guess I saw it yesterday then.
Is it good? I assume
Mm,
you're a fan of the series.
nah, it was fine. Like it was
Uh,
entertaining to watch. It was like I would put it on like maybe not as good as that Spider-Man movie, or maybe around that level.
that's not good because I didn't particularly care for the
Uh,
Spider-Man movie.
it was cool. It had some like throwback kind of styles and music in it, and it like most of the action was pretty decent. And I don't know, story's sort of whatever. Like the way it ends is pretty interesting. Yeah.
Pretty much setting up the third Avengers, I would
Uh,
imagine.
I don't know if the plot of Thor Ragnarok has to like leads into that at all. I don't think it really does. It's kind of a self-contained sort of thing. But yeah, there was a teaser, um, like at the after the or like in the credits or whatever.
My understanding from accidentally reading spoilers is that the main villain in that movie is supposed to represent death for the entire universe.
Really?
And Thanos, the big bad guy, his big thing is that he's destroying everything because he's trying to impress her.
Um, that's not a part of this movie.
That's something I read anyway, that they were trying to explain why that was the
Yeah, that
character
is.
and how it would tie in with the next movie and everything.
I mean, she's presumably, well, I don't know, like maybe dead. I don't know.
Nobody's ever actually dead in
That's
superhero
true.
movies.
Yeah, that's true. But still, like she's been in like until this movie, that chick was in jail. So I don't,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think if you're saying that's a comic book plot line, I don't think they're sticking to that. If that's what you're saying.
Yeah, that may have just been someone's crazy theory. Who knows? I don't actually source the things I read, I just read them and spew them back out as facts.
Like as far as I know, Thanos hasn't done anything yet, right? Like in the movies.
Was he in Guardians of the Galaxy?
I don't. I don't think so. Like you see him at the end of one of like what is it, Avengers, just sitting on a rock, and I think that happens in another movie.
I think he was in Guardians of the Galaxy because the main guy of that was one of his kids, right?
The main guy of Guardians.
Yeah, the first one.
I don't remember. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of all these characters and what they're doing.
I don't. I just don't remember. Like Thanos hasn't like done anything really in the movies, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, I remember him sitting on like some giant throne that was floating around.
Yeah. So I don't know. Why are people trying to figure out his motivations in the movies when he hasn't done anything yet?
I don't know. Guess they're trying to see how they're going to introduce him and
Hmm.
like what he's supposed to be doing. Why would he care about Earth? But I think we already know that. They're showing all the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
So I have to imagine that's it.
What's an Infinity Stone?
Infinity Stones. Well, the one in Guardians of the Galaxy was the one where they like grabbed onto it and should have killed him. He's like, "That's when I knew that you were my kid."
Is that different than a Tesseract?
Don't know.
What's a Tesseract?
I'm not sure. It sounds very familiar, but I have no idea.
Mm.
Is that
All right.
some kind of spacecraft, maybe?
I don't know. It was like a cube thing, I think, that had some powers. I
This
don't
is
know.
all sounding familiar, but I don't know.
I don't know what it did. I was gonna ask if that's an Infinity Stone, but we're beyond our depth here. I think.
Quite possibly. Need some bigger nerds than us to fill us in.
Yeah.
Got some end of the year almost, so all of the TV cancellations have come out. There's one I'm very happy about. Happened earlier this year. Two Broke Girls is no more.
Yeah, I heard
Six,
about that.
6 seasons of that awful show,
Yeah,
which was
good.
about 6 seasons too many.
Was Kat Dennings in that?
She was.
Mm.
That's like the only reason anyone ever gave of watching that show. It's like, oh, she's
Yeah,
in it. Like, well, you can just look at pictures of her and not have to hear a horribly written script.
that's true. I've,
Adventure Time also
I've
canceled.
really. I didn't even know that was still on.
Yeah, it's one of those shows. Like, I think Rocco's Modern Life would be a nice comparison for that. It's like 4 kids, but lots of adult jokes
Yeah.
and running around doing adventures.
In
And
time.
yeah, I watched a few episodes. I was like, okay, I can see how people would enjoy this, but it's not for me.
Yeah, I was just like, it's fine.
It exists, and I'm fine with it existing.
Yeah, I was like too late to that. That's like a good like young teen cartoon maybe.
It's true. That's like the Hot Topic crowd's into that.
Like if I was, shit, is it? Yeah, I guess that's true, isn't
Spencer's Gift, maybe. It's a little too hardcore for that.
it? I shop at Hop Talk. I'm there every day.
They have like Dragon Ball stuff there last time I was there.
Yeah, no, I poked my head in there not too long ago. I can't remember what caught my eye. I don't know.
They have some
There's-
gaming stuff and things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Rick and Morty.
Yeah, definitely have that. Also
Bananas.
canceled.
Like just a picture of that banana. Still.
Of course. Show I didn't know existed, Uncle Buck. Apparently they made a TV show out of that.
Okay.
So for the person who watched that, it's over.
Mm.
No more of that.
All right.
No John Candy, I don't care.
My life has not changed.
Yeah, those are really the big ones. A lot of small shows nobody cared about. The Odd Couple, the remake of that thing's done. Black Sails, which I enjoyed. But it was, yeah,
Is
I
that
could
a-
see that one coming.
Is that
away pretty fast.
Netflix?
Believe that was Showtime.
Mm.
It was about pirates,
Mm.
like a pirate island. It was
Mm.
kind of cool.
Mm.
Lots of adult themes, we'll say.
Were there ninjas in it?
Not sure.
Robots?
I don't recall any.
Mm.
Don't believe so, anyway.
Mm. Shallow and pedantic.
Of course. And finally, in show news, I just saw before we started recording, Westworld is coming back spring 2018.
That's good.
Are they going to the new world? Are they going to try and figure out how to save the robot people?
I would. I don't. I would assume it continue. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. Where do you go from there? I doubt it's like an anthology. Like maybe they reset in some way, but I don't think they. I don't know.
Maybe we'll have like a time skip. Or like the incident or something that they keep bringing up.
Maybe.
How they've made fixes
Yeah.
to that.
Like they're good now though. This
Now
time
it's
they're
fine.
okay.
Jurassic Park has been fixed.
Yes.
Nobody worry. The raptors are all back in their pens. There's no issues whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. But now they're Asian.
That makes it better. So that'll be fun. Looking forward to that. Whatever they do.
Yeah.
Seem to do it pretty well.
Yeah. I'll watch it. That's for sure.
Twists and turns. I think we got a while till Game of Thrones is back on there.
Yeah,
So
it shows like a crazy straw.
Pretty nuts. Should we move on to some game news? This might be more exciting.
Sure.
BlizzCon was this last weekend. Do you actually play any Blizzard games? I don't think you do.
I installed WoW.
There you go.
Remember that?
I got WoW news.
Okay.
New expansion.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing anyone would care about is in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically give us $40 so you can gain another 10 levels and play new dungeons.
Great.
Yeah, so just more of the same, but now give us $40 for it.
Oh, I used to play Overwatch.
I think they announced new skins for that game and like one new character or something.
Mora. Yeah.
Couldn't.
I just launched Battle.net. I played a lot of Diablo 3 too.
That's one game I wish they would have done better. At least in the time I played it. Apparently the patches after I had finished playing made it substantially better, but
I had a lot of fun with it. You didn't like it? I think I remember playing with you and Matt.
yeah, we played it a lot, but it was more frustrating than anything.
Why?
Because you had to play on their servers, and their servers were not that good.
Mm.
There was a lot of rubber banding, as they call it, where you would run somewhere, and then your character would spring back to where you just were.
I'm pretty sure I got a hardcore character died because of lag once.
And they were pushing that whole thing of it can only exist on our thing so that we can run a real money auction house.
Right. I did make a couple dollars on there.
Yeah, I think I made like $1.12 or something that I used on Hearthstone packs.
Yeah.
They are introducing WoW Classic. They said they're supposed to. This is just the base game, none of the expansions, just the original game they released. Levels 1 through 60, which people had been asking about after they shut down the server that was doing the same thing. This seems more of a, oh, that's cool, but I'm never going to play that for a lot of people. It's kind of like having all these new Marios and then someone going, yeah, but Mario 3 was pretty cool. I'm like, yeah, I guess I could go back and play that. And yeah, it'll be fun, but I mean, what's the point?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with Odyssey. Like I've been playing Galaxy and World because I bought Galaxy and I have the World because of SNES Classic.
Yeah.
But man, Odyssey's so good. I could just keep playing that.
I meant to ask you about that. I didn't know if you had got it or not.
Yeah.
I assumed as one of the games to buy the system for that it would be a pretty obvious choice.
Yeah. Yeah, one of like two of the main like Nintendo franchises, like first games on the console.
Yeah, pretty important to get those.
I guess Splatoon 2 I got ARMS, nah, not so much. What else is there?
Looked alright. Xenoblade's coming out soon, apparently.
That's true. Is that first party?
I think so. I think all the Xenoblades are just on Nintendo now.
But does Nintendo like make that game? Do they like
I'm not sure how that
produce?
works. So what do you do in Odyssey? Is it all overworld? Are there like dungeons you go into and stuff? I haven't really watched very much of it.
So they're like, I don't know how much I should say. There's a number of worlds you can go into. Or they're basically like different like this one's a jungle area, this one's the beach area, this one's the ice area or whatever. There are a bunch of those, And within those, there are a bunch of like instead of stars or shines, there are moons. Um, so you basically do different kinds of challenges to find all the moons. Um, there are a whole bunch of moons in the game, and like the things that you get moons for can be anything from like a boss fight or like a boss fight, or like you just found the right spot to ground pound on the ground somewhere, and you found a moon. So like it's hugely varied, like range of ways to get them. Um, but I think there is something like 800 total in the game. I think
Jeez.
I have like 450 ish somewhere around there,
Are they
and
just.
I've already beat the game.
This
What's
game's
that?
been out for like a week now, maybe?
Yeah, no, I've probably I don't know. I meant to look how much time I put into it. It's probably at least 40 hours.
It's a pretty good chunk.
Yeah, like I said, like you can beat the game in probably 8 hours, 10 hours, something like that. But like you can still go back and get all the moons you missed and everything if you want to try to get everything.
I did watch somebody playing this, and they were playing like a slot machine game where you had to throw your hat at the things to stop them. Then you got a moon for that.
Yeah, I think I might have done that. I don't know. When you get like 450 of them, I'm like, yeah, that sounds like that's something that might have happened.
That's a lot. That's barely half of them.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's
Plus, then there's
it's.
going to be DLC. You're going to get like 700 more moons.
I don't. Maybe I wouldn't mind.
Uh,
Like the game looks really good and it feels really good to run around, and I like mastered this like you jump, throw your hat, dive onto the hat, and then you kind of jump out of that after you dive onto your hat, and then you throw your hat again and then dive again, and you can cover like a lot of ground that way. It's pro strats for speed runs.
I'm sure you're going to be doing that.
The speed run? No, this is very much a slow run.
That's all I do is slow runs.
Yeah, same here.
Does sound
But
like
yeah, no, it's super good. It's super fun. Like the running around's real good. Like it just feels good to run around and like I said, do all the jumpy stuff, and um, the boss fights are fun. Like I don't know, it's a fun game.
would this be the first Mario game that has DLC?
Mm, does
I don't think there's
does
ever been
Mario
a
Kart
Zelda game with it.
has Mario Kart ever done it?
Not that I can think of, but I haven't played very many new
So,
games, so I
I could have
wouldn't
sworn
know.
they like add characters. I don't know if they do DLC though, or like paid DLC. I don't know.
Hmm.
This might be the. I don't know. They haven't said any that they're going to or anything. I don't think it could happen though. I don't know.
Oh, it could always happen. Anytime
I'd pay
someone
for
needs
it.
money. Yeah. Considering
I
how much money they could make out of Mario, they are underusing him, it seems.
I
Nintendo
feel,
does that.
they do good though. Like the main Mario games are all like pretty solid, and this all the main Zelda games are pretty solid. Like some are weaker than others, but they're all like real good games.
If they really wanted to, they could just like Assassin's Creed or Call of Duty, all of their
Yeah,
series.
put out a
Just
game every year. Yeah,
like, here it is. It'll be pretty good, and it has the characters you've played with since you were kids, so you're gonna buy it.
yeah, yeah. They're pretty. I feel like they're good. It does like they don't run it into the ground like some franchises end up doing, which I think is good.
Speaking of franchises that maybe run into the ground, have you seen anything about Dragon Ball Z Fighters?
No, well, I mean, like I know it's a game.
It looks really, really good.
Yeah,
Even
and
as somebody who doesn't like fighting games that much.
yeah, Yeah, no, like visually, you mean? It looks good?
Yeah,
Yeah. No, yeah, it looks awesome.
graphics are insane.
Yeah. But it's a fighting game, so
Yeah, that's the only issue. I'm terrible at fighting games.
yeah, me too.
I,
Yeah. It looks really good though. Like I wish I could play fighting games because that looks like a fun one to play.
apparently, it's just all about combos and
Yeah.
knowing when to press the buttons. So
Mm, yeah.
it's like Dance Dance Revolution, but with your fingers instead of feet.
I've played that game. It was called Flash Revolution.
I think I've heard of this.
It's a browser based. Yep.
Not speaking of games that won't exist anymore. Did you ever play any of the Torchlight games? I think you played the first one.
I didn't play any of them.
Oh, well, you won't be playing any new ones because the company that makes the games has shut down.
What was the company?
Runic Games.
Mm.
It's really the only game they made. They made Torchlight 1 and 2 and one other game is all I could find. But that kind of sucks because I really like Torchlight.
Yeah, I heard it was good. I was just like burnt out on that style of
Yeah.
game because Diablo just came out. So
They released like within a month, if not weeks, of each other.
yeah,
I thought Torchlight was better, in my
it's
opinion.
free to play, right?
I think the first one is. I don't believe the second one is.
I thought it was.
I don't know. It may go free to play now that the company doesn't exist anymore.
Hmm. Sucks for those guys.
Yeah. Well, they'll all find jobs with other companies, I'm sure.
Sure hope.
Free games this month for PS Plus. Worms Battlegrounds, which is kind of cool. Worms games are always fun.
Sure.
And Bound, which I've never heard of and have no interest in looking
These are
into.
games coming out.
These are the free PS Plus games you can get this month.
Oh wait, what was it? Bound and what?
Worms Battlegrounds.
Hmm.
So
Sure.
free Worms games, can't complain about that.
Yeah, I'm alright with that.
Other than that, saw a story. It's a pretty popular college basketball player. He's playing a video game with his friend and lost and got pretty mad about it and ended up breaking his hand.
Smart.
Not a good idea when what's going to be making you millions of dollars requires using your hand.
It's not. I don't follow.
See, basketball players use their hands to play the basketballs with.
Right.
So having one of those broken could
Mhm.
negatively affect your
Oh, so if he
future.
breaks his hand, that's bad for. Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm with you now.
People like you to not have broken hands when they pay you a lot of money.
Hmm. I would you let someone pay you a lot of money to break your hands?
Um, hmm. Depends how much money we're talking. Enough that I would never have to work again, but my hands would still be functioning.
Hmm. That's a pretty thin line.
Because that's the thing, is you're like, okay, here's $5 million. Now I broke your hand, and all the nerves in your hands have died, and now you just have no hands. And that's a pretty sad life.
How much your hands worth to you, Andrew?
I don't think I can actually put a value on them as something I use so often.
Hmm.
Legs, I don't care. Get rid of those.
How much to get rid of your legs?
Totally remove them.
Yeah.
I would probably start the bidding at like 50,000, and then I would take
It's not that
the
much.
highest bid. I mean, people get around all the time with like fake legs and stuff.
I mean,
We have
yeah,
not progressed to the point where we can use fake hands.
that's not true. Have you seen Big Boss?
I have not.
Hmm. Well, he has a prosthetic hand.
Yeah. I mean, I could play Dance Dance Revolution without hands, but that's about it.
Mm. Even then, it's probably harder to keep your balance.
Yeah,
You got to put quarters in somehow.
true as well.
So
So yeah, anybody with $50,000 that would like some legs.
how did we get to start talking about losing hands?
College basketball player broke his
Oh,
hand
right.
playing video games. Have you ever broken anything after losing a video game?
Mm, yeah, I probably broke a controller once.
I think I've gotten close before, but always knew if I break this, there's no replacing it, so
Yeah,
probably shouldn't.
I think I've broken like crappy ones that I've had. I've always like had the presence of mind not to break like first party controllers, I think.
Break out the Mad Catz controller and
Right?
throw that wherever you want.
Yeah, pretty
Uh,
much.
tend to internalize all my anger,
Mm.
which is healthy for you, I've heard.
Yeah, that's how you deal with it, I'm pretty sure. That and drink.
Tuck it away.
Yep.
It'll never come back.
Nope. Not if you die young enough.
Exactly. Well, that's game news for this week. Riveting stuff, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna do everything else news, but I don't really want to talk about shootings or politics.
Did another shooting yet?
Did you hear about the one in Texas?
Mm, no.
27 dead
Oh,
in a
wait. You're
church?
talking about like a few. Oh, at a church? What? No, I
Yeah,
didn't
you
hear
didn't
about
hear
that.
about this?
Uh,
This happened yesterday.
for real?
Yeah, I just saw a picture of the guy and saw some information about him, and he should not have had a gun.
Who? What was the white guy?
Yep. Former Air Force. Air Force did not disclose his mental illness that had him removed. Got in trouble for hanging out with kids.
Hmm.
From the picture I saw, stereotypical neckbeard. So, yeah, a real winner of a guy.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to talk about that stuff because it's depressing. So
Yeah.
instead, I solicited questions from our listeners. I asked if anybody had needed any advice with anything. I said, Joel, he's an expert at giving advice. And we got a couple emails.
That's not true.
This is completely true. I got an email.
Mm.
So shall we get into the advice portion?
Yeah, right. This
Yeah. Here we go.
from Masterly.
Not quite. So which one would you like? I got a bunch here, actually. How about, I think this one you're the most well suited to answer of anyone I know.
Mm.
This is from Theo M in Clarksdale, Mississippi. Shout outs to him, listener of the show. He says, my girlfriend made a very stupid mistake and was sentenced to 45 days in jail to start in 2 weeks. She is not the tough type. What are some tips on surviving through her sentence?
Don't bother anybody.
As somebody who works at a jail, I figured you would know a
I
thing or
don't.
two.
I don't work at it. Well,
So
yeah.
you
I
run
mean,
the
like,
jail now.
yeah, right. I'm the warden of all jails. Thank you.
Sorry, I forgot your exact title.
Yeah, just don't bother anybody.
What if somebody starts bothering you?
Do what you're told and don't bother anybody. What's that?
What if somebody starts bothering you?
Just ignore them.
That's just good life advice, I think.
Yeah, I mean, turns out, just don't be an asshole.
So that's the normal advice, I would say find the biggest person in the prison, challenge them to a fight. It's going to go poorly for you, but everyone will respect your courage and look up to you for the rest of the stay. Does that sound about right?
Sure. Yes. If you ever go to jail, do that.
There you go. Let's see what else we got here. This was from Lisa J. in Eagle, Idaho. Out in potato country. They listen to podcasts too.
Honk honk.
I'm 26 and moved into an apartment with my boyfriend. I've always lived at home and have a good relationship with my parents. Boyfriend and I decided to get a place together, and the moving process was very stressful. Lots of things went wrong, and now I have panic attacks when it's just me in the place. It's even worse when I go home to visit. I end up in tears when it's time to leave. Will this stop? Do I have to move back home? Have either of you ever experienced this?
Do you have a bouncy ball?
I don't.
You have a ball that you're bouncing on your desk?
I don't.
Yeah.
Are you hearing a weird sound?
Yeah, it sounds like you're bouncing a ball on the desk.
Shouldn't.
What was the question?
Moved out, is having panic attacks. What's going on?
I don't know. What is going on? She
Is
said
it
she moved out, so she's having. I mean, this isn't.
26? It's a little late to be moving out. You think she has some attachment issues?
I don't know how to approach this.
Whichever way you like.
Because I know this is like from like an Ask Abby, Dear Abby, or whatever that thing is,
Oh,
or something.
Lisa J. from Eagle, Idaho is a listener of Thursday Ketchup. Dedicated listener. Someone I talk to regularly on Twitter.
Is it really?
So she's 26 and moved into an apartment with her boyfriend. Is there anything she can do? It appears to be only when she's at the apartment alone. So I'm thinking she has some attachment problems where she needs to kind of figure out how to be on her own.
Probably. I don't know. That's not a situation I've ever been in myself.
You had no
Maybe,
issues moving out. Never
maybe
felt
ask-
homesick.
Maybe ask a therapist or someone more qualified than us, chuckleheads.
I went to 3 years of junior college. Thank you.
Yeah. I've seen a therapist before. So that makes me uniquely qualified to answer all questions.
Exactly. So no further help. Just figure it out.
I mean,
Should she move back home?
you should see a therapist. I don't know. I don't have panic attacks. That sounds like a problem.
Well, let's see if we can find a question you might be a little more apt to have information about. Here's a good one. This is from Anna C. of York, England. It's across the pond, as we say. I was out of the flat last weekend. My grandma had passed away and needed some time with my family, and my flatmate knew this. You can tell she's British because she says flat instead of apartment and flatmate instead of roommate.
Mm.
When I came back on Sunday evening, my flatmate was startled to see me, and when I looked in my room, I saw why. She had allowed her visiting friend to stay in my bed on the Saturday night without telling me. She'd put her bedding on my bed and hadn't changed it back to mine. I'm mad about this, mostly because she could have just asked and I would have been fine with it. But she didn't, and just let somebody else use my bed. Am I overreacting? Is her
I don't
question.
know. What's the reaction?
She's mad.
She's mad. I don't know. I feel like it's fair to be mad.
Do you think it's alright for somebody else to use your bed when you're not there?
I mean, not without asking.
Like, let's say you and Matt were living together, and for some reason I couldn't go home that night, and I ended up sleeping in your bed with different bedding on it. Would you be mad at him or me?
I'd be offended that you changed my sheets. Is my skin not good enough for you?
I didn't want my skin on your bed.
That's true. I appreciate that.
I'm a sleep sweater, so
Mm, I really appreciate that.
you don't want to deal with that.
No. No. If I wasn't gone, I don't think I'd care.
Tell her
Like,
just to get over it as well.
I wouldn't want. No, that's not what I'm saying. Like, I'd be a little, like, I don't know. It is weird that they changed the sheets, right?
It seems a little more respectful. It's like, I don't want to be in too much of your business.
Yeah, but it's also like makes it less of like that's like a you're staying a while kind of move.
Well, she knew she was coming back.
Right. But it's still kind of weird. Like you did it. Okay, here's what it is about it that bugs me is that they planned it
Yeah,
without telling the person.
I could
That's
see
what
that.
bugs me about it.
It's like in the time that it took to do all of this underhanded
Right.
stuff, you could have just been like, "Hey, my friend's staying over. Can they stay in your room?"
Right. Yeah. And I don't know. If you say I mean, yeah. I mean if they were to ask if you say no to that, you're kind of a dick. Especially if they're gonna like change the sheets and shit.
True story. So we solved
I
that one.
mean,
Put that in the solved column.
just say ask next time. Yeah.
There you go. All right, we'll do one or two more.
Why are we doing what?
Let's see here. We did the jail. You got someone who wants to know how to put the moves on someone, or someone whose friends are ditching them, someone who's feeling general apathy. Any of those sound good?
No.
Let's go with this one. It's from Christian W. in Windham, Maine. We're going to be up there pretty soon.
Yep.
I'm 23 and I work in IT as a sysadmin, and I have an IT degree. I'm becoming quite depressed lately, thinking that I have to work for the rest of my life, 5 days a week, 9 hours a day, for the next 42 years. Feels like I don't have free time for anything, and on weekends I really don't want to do anything but just sleep and game. Feels like my life is pointless at the moment. Is it realistic to get a part-time job and still make a living? This is his question, really. Joel, go.
I don't know. Like, what's your budget?
Well, he's 23, so he probably has an apartment, probably a car that's almost all the way paid off.
Yeah, no, like that depends on like what his budget is, what the job is, like if he's willing to move, like all kinds of shit. Budgeted is the answer.
You don't have concerns that he's 23 and already wants to give up on life?
Eh,
Let's
I
say,
I
if you're
think
23 and already tired of working, you're going to have a very long life because that's what your life is going to be.
I think what's gonna happen is this person will end up losing their job or something, and then find out that not having a job is a lot worse than having a job. So
It's very possible. What about their just... It sounds like they're only working a 40-hour week, but still feel like they don't have time to do anything.
I don't understand that at all. Like, use your time better.
He just wants to sleep and play games. Think he
Yeah.
might have some depression issues you might need to have resolved.
I don't know. That's all I do. I'm depressed most of the time.
Maybe he's not playing the right games.
Yeah. Have you played that Mario?
Mario make you happy.
Yeah. Make you want to go to work and buy more Mario.
Exactly.
Work like the cog in the machine you are.
Exactly. We're all just hamsters on the wheel.
Yeah. So that's
So we solved him. He's solved.
yeah. So we fix that.
All your problems are done. Just
Just dust our hands off and walk away from that one.
that's it. Done. Last one. I think this is one we can both attest to having an issue with, and maybe we can come up with a solid conclusion. So I was texting this girl for a week or so, and it seemed like it was going great. She's really funny, and we had a good back and forth going. Anyway, we had arranged to see a movie on Monday. Sunday night, she messages me, asking if we can reschedule for Tuesday, because she feels sick. I agree, and then on Monday, I check in, ask how she's feeling, and no reply by Tuesday. So I text again, no reply. It's been 5 days since she stopped talking to me. Still not seen the movie. I don't know what happened. Genuinely was going so well with her. Has this happened to you before? Does anyone know why it happens? This was from Barack O of Chicago, Illinois.
Mm,
He's new to
Barry?
this show.
Barry O,
I
huh?
call him Barry on Facebook, where we talk.
Hmm. Yeah, it happens. She's not interested.
Is she
Leave her alone.
ghosting?
I don't know. What is that?
That's where you just stop talking to someone.
Yeah, I guess.
But why? Said everything was going good. She was laughing and they were
Yeah,
talking.
she found somebody more interesting.
You think that's what happened?
That she lost interest for whatever reason. So yeah.
This happens a lot with online dating.
Yeah. No, it happens.
You'll be talking to someone and then they stop talking to you. And you're like,
Yep.
okay, well, I guess you are no longer a person who exists.
Yeah, if I send like one that doesn't get a response, I might send one more. After that, just don't worry, don't bother.
You don't apply the every 3 days send a hi message.
Nope. Nope. Just cut it off. Just that part of your brain doesn't exist anymore. Don't go there.
It's a hard lesson to learn, but when someone is not showing any interest in you, it's in your
Yeah.
best interest to no longer even think about them.
Yeah, don't even.
You're never
Don't
seeing
worry
that
about it,
movie.
Barry. Plenty of fish in the sea, Barry.
I see big things in your future,
Yes.
not including her.
Yes.
So don't worry about it. So that one's fixed.
Yep.
Done again. I'd say
Bing bang boom.
pretty good track record.
Yeah.
Much better than like Dr. Phil or something.
I mean, in what way?
In the way that we fixed all their problems.
Okay. Go us.
Yep.
I mean, you're just claiming that without. I mean, they haven't even heard it yet.
I'm just going to assume that both of us together could not be wrong entirely. The odds would say that one of us has to be right.
So see a therapist. Get in line. And
Keep your head down in prison.
yep. Don't be an asshole.
Yeah. These are all good advice.
Yeah, exactly. Nailed it.
Perfect. That's it for the advice section. Sorry if we didn't get to your email. There's a few more here, but
That's not true.
just didn't have a chance. There are a few more, but yeah, we're about out of time, so.
Where'd you steal those from?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Plugs this week. A Thursday Ketchup live tour. Another very real thing, by the way. Kicks off November 31st in Brattleboro, Vermont. We really need to sell tickets to this one. If we get this one, the rest of the tour, we can really get moving on. But if we don't get a decent showing at this first one, I'm not sure the rest of the tour is going to be working out so well. So you can get tickets, go to our website, or go to the box office.
Oh,
They'll
you
have
know
them
what?
there.
I actually did get a summons for jury duty, so I'm not. I'm gonna be out on that one.
Ooh,
So
that's all right. I got Ben coming. He said he really wanted to see Vermont in November, so we should be
cool.
good.
All right.
So me and Ben talking about something. Maybe we'll do the rest of these advice questions.
Perhaps.
Got some good ones. YouTube, I'm still doing. Facebook is dumb and just all people from Russia, so don't go on there.
Mm.
Twitter, I like to tweet GIFs. Mostly like Dragon Ball Z GIFs because I think they're funny.
Have you been watching that?
Yes. Pretty good stuff.
Is it?
By pretty
What
good
hap-
stuff, I mean things are happening.
Like what happened?
Fusions.
More fusions? Anybody cool?
A new fusion.
A new one?
Yeah, yes.
Like two people that you wouldn't expect or
Yes.
that haven't fused before?
Yes. I did not see this coming. I was like, okay, I guess we're doing this now.
Uh,
Have you not seen the newest episodes?
No, let me guess though.
Okay.
What's the kid's name? The Saiyan kid?
Yep, he's not him, but you're close.
What's his name?
I don't know. They're all named after vegetables, so
Mm.
we'll call him Carrot.
Okay, so the two girls?
That's it.
Hmm.
Put on some earrings. Now they're fused.
Forever?
Well, they kind of rewrote that, didn't they? With Kaioshin and whatever other guy were supposed to be permanently fused, but now they're like, oh, it doesn't actually work that way because we wanted these characters separate.
Mm. Did they not wish them apart?
I'm not sure. They explained it, but I didn't really care enough. I was like, whatever. I'm not going to hold this against you. You can have your separate characters.
Mm. But so that was cool though.
It just happened. It was the very end of the last episode.
Oh, who are they fighting?
Goku in his weakened states. They kind of... yeah. They kind of ruined the upcoming part when, like, the title of the episode is Fusion defeats Super Saiyan Blue. How is this possible? Like, I guess I don't need to watch this episode.
Mm. I mean, they'll probably look cool.
I did like the episode with the girls. It was really showing them, like, getting together. And the one girl went to her Broly form and then was like, we're sisters. Remember who you are.
We're sisters. Dude,
like,
speaking of
now I'm
which,
fine.
the Hulk's pretty cool. I just want to say that.
He is a good
I don't know
character.
why, but after seeing Thor Ragnarok, like, I wish Hulk, like, good Hulk is pretty freaking dope. Like, you could do a lot with that character, I think, that isn't being done.
Give him to some Asian guy that wants to make a very artsy film about it, and we'll see what happens.
Get John Woo on the phone.
There we go. Couldn't remember his name.
Who? John Woo?
Yes. Wasn't he the one that did that movie? Or was that somebody else?
I think that was Ang Lee.
That's what I'm thinking. You know, all those names sound alike.
You know, Ang Lee. Wait,
It's the same number of letters, isn't it?
I don't know. Depends on it. Whatever. The Hulk was cool in that movie. I like seeing a Hulk like get just pissed off and walk around.
That's kind of what he does.
I know, but
I like to see a subdued Hulk.
I don't know. I for whatever reason I liked him a lot in this movie. He was like more subdued in a way.
He's getting kind of control over his hulkiness.
I won't spoil anything.
All right. ThursdayKetchup@gmail.com. Send us your advice. Me and Joel are fixing everyone's problems, so probably fix yours.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't tell you we have a special guest next week.
Who?
If you can be on Wednesday.
Who?
From the FMK show. Somebody. I don't remember their name. There's two of them, so it's one of the two of them. I don't know exactly who, but they're going to be on. We'll talk about something. I don't know. We'll have fun.
Cool.
I'll figure it out.
Probably.
We usually do.
Sometimes.
Not this week.
Nope.
But for this week, that is all for this week. Come back next Thursday, and we will catch up again.
Ring in the new year.
Okay.